chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Chargers and the Jags on Sunday night primetime.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Herbert now. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was a first down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. That's taken on the 25. A solid stiff arm. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And as we continually grade players, especially quarterbacks, how about this young man? Second year in the NFL, guided his team into the playoffs, and now he wants to show the world that they should buy in on him because he wants to evolve from that young quarterback to that true team leader that takes his team deep in the playoffs.
Now Lawrence on first down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Ready? Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. There's Manhurts, the tight end. And the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be out of field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and they've got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007. That season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, It's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play. Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Herbert. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 12-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Give him another one right back to Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. And the Jags get it, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this, and we'll have to wait and see. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Take it in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. He will score. Touchdown. just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And the others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blower when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent. The return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a round, too.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On the return, here's Agnew. A great return there of 22 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Keeps himself up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Now Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
But to throw again is Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marvin Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On first down, it's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on 2nd down, Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, Herbert. This is caught by Williams. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC Wild Card game. And it was the Buffalo Bills who are moving on as they defeat the Miami Dolphins. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. and I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Now Lawrence. He'll get that underneath ETN. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Patterson now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Herbert on 1st down now. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Well, another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Josh Allen in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And one more time, here's Kirk. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this one, Charles, it's only the third quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Here's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He gets this out to Spiller. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Herbert back to the air. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Herbert toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Williams brings it in. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 14 yards. And the Chargers get a bit closer. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Can't officially call this a win for them yet, but it's looking good to move on to the divisional round. They'll be on the road, of course, as an underdog. But the age-old question, would you rather have the momentum they're going to have or sitting at home with a bye? I'm sure you'd probably rather have the bye.
You remember that conference call we had before the playoffs started? We were talking with some people in the industry and some of the coaches that are out there. And we kind of posed the same question. You know, if you're coming off of a game like this, you know, and you're taking out a team that had that open week, which way do you want to go? And you remember the answer they gave us? I want the better team.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
I get it. But I think there's a lot to having that momentum of having played versus coming off of that layoff, because maybe you start a little bit slower. We see those upsets happen all the time.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Lawrence running right on the option. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. A little whipped cream on top to their ending.
As our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
And what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.